Coming home from a trip only to realize you could have had a far better experience if you had known to make alternative decisions is the worst. Here, we've provided a list of a few things to bear in mind while you plan and travel to Greece, as well as a ton of information that will help you have the perfect trip. Here are 12 travel mistakes to avoid in Greece. 1. Choosing the wrong destination. Greece is arguably one of the most diversified nations in Europe, despite not being one of the largest. There are some Greek locations that are ideal for families, some that are breathtaking and romantic, and still others that are busy, boisterous, and wonderful for young partygoers. Not to mention the towns with their intriguing gastronomic scenes and shopping, the wine regions, and the paradisiacal, less traveled areas that are solely ideal for nature enthusiasts. A vacation to the incorrect location is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, even though there are good reasons to adore them all. For instance, while OIA on Santorini may be on many people's travel wish lists, or on Naxos may be a better choice for those with physical limitations or who like to spend the majority of their holiday on the beach. The popularity of smaller, less well-known islands is growing, but people who tend to get restless and like to spend their evenings bar hopping might do better to pick a more well-known location like Mykonos or Paros. 2. Choosing the wrong time to go. Selecting the ideal month for your trip might improve it innumerably, much as selecting the best location. Greece is working to extend its tourist season, and there are many reasons to travel there off-peak. A visit in the spring is excellent if, for instance, you want to visit Santorini but also want to stay away from the throng. In contrast, islands with renowned picturesque beaches, such as Milos and Kythera, are fantastic locations to visit in the fall when the sea is warm and the majority of Greek and foreign tourists have left. Did you also know that Greece offers a number of ski resorts and stunning mountain communities that are even more stunning in the winter? 3. Having all your meals at the hotel. Don't let your all-inclusive vacation package prevent you from exploring other surrounding attractions, even while there are resorts with restaurants that are worth dining at more than once. In most regions of Greece, there are articles that direct you to the greatest cuisine and eateries. 4. Choosing the wrong restaurants and ordering the wrong food. To be fair, even in the restaurants that Greeks usually shun, you might be able to get chicken skewers and tzatziki that are comparable to those at your neighborhood Greek restaurant at home. However, if you're looking for a place to eat, it's a good idea to avoid establishments that just serve tourists. Another is to request tips from your waiter when placing an order. If it's not eggplant season and you're wanting moussaka, try something else instead, such as a hearty stew or pasticcio. Ask about regional specialties, not just foods, but also goods. They might offer you some to sample if the taverna uses a local cheese or their own olives. Be aware of the different sorts of Greek restaurants and place your order appropriately to receive the greatest meals that each location has to offer. Taverns frequently specialize in either fish and seafood or meat, though they can also be excellent at both. Along with this, you'll discover typical home-style fare like moussaka, stews with meat, and ladera vegetable-based, mostly vegan, dishes cooked in oil. Good tavernas serve fish and vegetables that are in season. 5. Not sharing food. The usual Greek would tell you that's not how to order. Plenty of dishes for the table, not just mes, but mains as well, is the ideal way to appreciate the local cuisine. If your favorite quote to identify with is "Joey doesn't share food," you may want to modify yourself on your holiday. You can try more things this way at every meal. If you're goal-oriented enough, set a task for yourself to sample a few new items each day, choose your favorites, and then plan the perfect Greek supper to remember on your final evening. 6. Overlooking the mainland. Greece immediately conjures up images of islands. Or would you? In fact, the mainland has some of the most stunning coasts, complete with the sand beaches and picture-perfect communities that are so characteristic of the islands. In addition, the mainland, especially the Peloponnese, has countless opportunities to explore more. It is simple to drive from one location to another, passing through woods that are home to bears and wild horses, rural areas, vibrant cities, waterfalls, and beaches all in one journey. Greece's land area is actually less than 80% islands, therefore if you haven't seen any of the mainlands, you haven't really seen Greece. 7. Flushing your toilet paper. Even while there are some hotels and resorts where it could be acceptable to do this, the danger is just not worth it. Greek plumbing is typically made out of old, narrow pipes that are readily clogged by flushing toilet paper or other objects down them. Place used toilet paper in the trash can located next to the toilet. But don't worry, the bin often opens with a foot pedal and closes tightly to prevent odors. 8. Drinking tap water, or not drinking the tap water. Your error could be either, depending on where you're going in Greece. The tap water is suitable for drinking in many towns with their own water supply, including Athens and Thessaloniki, making the purchase of bottled water superfluous and unsustainable. The tap water quality may be rather poor on many Greek islands, though, as they may have little to no access to their own water source. On some islands, only a portion of the island has access to its own water supply, the remainder relies on non-potable water that is transported from the mainland. Asking at your destination is the only proper course of action. Anywhere you travel, you can find and buy bottled water at any supermarket, kiosk, or eatery. 9. Spending no time in Athens or Thessaloniki. For a very long time, tourists only considered Athens as a place to stop for the night and squeeze in a trip to the Acropolis, before continuing on to the islands. Thankfully, the globe has begun to recognize the city as a travel destination in and of itself in recent years. The Athenian Riviera may feature some wonderful beaches, but other locations offer greater backdrops. Despite this, the city offers many other advantages for travelers who want to spend their entire time at the beach. The city's attractions are some of the most well-known in the world, recently rated among the greatest in the world, and the museums, cuisine, shopping, and nightlife are all excellent. Parties here outlive even those in buzzing cities like New York and London, research has shown. The same is true for vacationers who fly into Thessaloniki on their way to the Halkidiki peninsulas. This magnificent city is rapidly establishing a reputation as a top destination for city breaks. Before traveling to Athens or Thessaloniki, you may read all the information you need in our free city-specific publications from our e-shop, where you can browse hundreds of articles about the cities under our destinations link. 10. Drinking tax-free water. For evenings on the balcony, some tourists have a tradition of bringing wine from the airport to their hotel in Greece. Nevertheless, even if Greece isn't France, bringing wine here is something analogous to packing coffee for Brazil or loading up on chocolate for a vacation to Belgium. Enophiles are aware that Greek wine is much more than the retsina that is typically offered in taverna pitchers. 11. Not sleeping during siesta. It's not about being lazy to nap throughout the day in the summer, ideally indoors. Sleeping on a sunbed doesn't qualify, it's about the rhythm of the day. Any outdoor activity during the hottest hours is typically not a good idea. By sleeping, you conserve the energy you need to stay up late and experience restaurants and bars in their ideal setting. This way, you can have supper when the Greeks do. In the summer, locals typically start their final meal at 7 o'clock to 8 p.m., and if a restaurant offers live music, that is also when it will start. 12. Buying the wrong souvenirs. There are a lot more superior possibilities than the standard trinkets and knickknacks you would have purchased as gifts in the 1980s, but you will still find them in souvenir shops. In most tourist areas, there are small design shops where you can buy handmade sandals, bags, and caps from local artisans, as well as delectable culinary items, candles, and soaps with aromas that remind you of your trip. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment below, saying that you have subscribed, and we will try our best to reply to your comment. Thanks for watching.